The river is known as Mirioji, a place where even the fish fear to swim. It is wide, deep, and silent. To Obiageli and Nkemjika, it was only a water source, but to Adure and her mother, it was where destinies were meant to drown. That morning, Adure wore her brightest smile as she approached Nkemjika and Obiageli. My sisters, let's go fetch water from Miroji today. It's been a long time since we went to that river, and I know it's far, but when we return, I'll cook ogbono soup for both of you. But we don't go near that river. It frightens us. Have you forgotten what happened the last time? But I assure you, nothing will happen this time. And besides, other people go there too. It will be fun. Trust me, Adure said softly. Obiageli and Nkemjika's hearts were unsure, but Adure's voice was gentle and her smile was soft. Above all, they didn't want to turn their only friend down, so they agreed and followed her home to get her water pot. They all arrived at Adure's compound, laughing softly, holding their clay pot. Please wait for me, I'm coming. Let me quickly bring my pot. But while inside, Adure wasn't taking a pot. She stood trembling before her mother.
Mama, we shouldn't do this. They've done nothing wrong. I don't feel right about it.
Adure whispered in a hushed tone. Don't you want to be loved by all anymore? Don't you want to get married? Listen, this is our only chance. Take this. Mama handed Adure a small nylon filled with a whitish substance, a powder that when poured in water dulled the senses and brought a fog over the mind. The girls finally reached the river, and Adure quickly poured the powder into a small scoop of water before the girls could notice. Drink a little water before we fetch. It will give you strength. They drank, and slowly their heads became light, their eyes glazed, their feet wobbled. As soon as Adure noticed the girls were becoming unconscious, she immediately pushed them one after the other into the river. Flash! Obiageli and Nkemjika hit the water. Just as Adure turned to flee with her water pot, a voice thundered from the bushes.
What did you do?
It was Uchenna, the hunter's son, returning from the forest. He heard a splash heavy like a body, not a pot hitting the water. As he stepped closer, he saw Adure trembling, trying to run. He rushed forward and grabbed her arm.
What did you do? What did you drop inside that river? Where are the others? I know you didn't come here alone.
Leave me alone! I didn't do anything!
Adure screamed, struggling against his grip. I came here by myself, but Uchenna wasn't listening. His eyes had caught something, the unmistakable flash of two brightly colored wrappers drifting on the water, and nearby 2 pots abandoned on the river bank. He froze for a heartbeat, then his voice tore through the quiet air.
People, come oh! Something terrible has happened. Adure has done something evil.
Almost immediately, nearby farmers, palm wine tappers, and hunters rushed over. Together, they pulled Obiageli and Nkemjika out of the river, their bodies cold but alive. The village priest was among those who arrived. He placed sacred leaves on their chests and chanted. Slowly, they coughed. Water spewed from their mouths, and slowly, they regained consciousness. When they returned to the palace, villagers started asking questions. What happened to them? What has this beloved girl done? Another voice rose. You mean Adure pushed them into the river? Adure, cornered, trembling and soaking in sweat and fear, fell to her knees before the gathered crowd. Her breath shook. Tears streamed down her cheeks, carving rivers through the shame on her face. It's true, she cried, voice cracking like thunder across the compound. It was my mother. She gave me the potion, the one that made them fall. We stole their destinies. We shattered their lives. Also, I could be the most beautiful, the most admired, the one everyone praised and desired. Gasp rippled through the villagers. But when no man came to ask for my hand, when all the praises became empty noise, we took another step, worse than before. Her body heaved with sobs. She raised her head, her voice thick with guilt. We made sure no one bought from their stalls. We made sure no man saw them. We turned their joy into dust. Mama killed their parents, yes, because she was angry that no man wanted me. She said if I couldn't have a husband, they wouldn't have one either. She swore it. Whispers turned into cry among the elders. Some covered their mouths, others clenched their fists. She said they were born with great stars, greater than mine, and from that day, she vowed to strip them of everything. She fed her shrine with their glory and gave it to me. She used charms to blind the villagers, to make everyone treat them like shadows, as though they didn't exist. Adaure's chest rose and fell as if the weight of her guilt threatened to suffocate her. She even told me that her spirit said, for me to marry, they must die. So we plotted, yes, we planned to drown them in the river, to make it look like an accident, so no one would suspect. But I swear I didn't want this. I told her I didn't want to do it, but she said it was the only way. She collapsed fully to the earth, dust clinging to her tear-soaked face. I'm sorry indeed, Chief. Forgive me. Elders, please forgive me. A low murmur swept through the crowd. Many were in disbelief. Some were already filled with anger. Some covered their mouths. Others took a step back. It was as though her words carried poison. Then Mama's voice rose at last, sharp, cold, and laced with venom. You foolish girl. After everything I did for you, you open your mouth like a cursed parrot. And for what? Do you think they'll forgive you now? She took a step forward, her voice slicing through the silence. You were nothing until I lifted you. Nothing. I gave you beauty, fame, and made you the envy of every girl in Ugwunta. And now you crumble like a leaf in Hamatan. Over what? Guilt. They would have ruined you, Adaure. You don't understand the stars they carry. I did what had to be done. I made you a queen. The chief priest stepped forward, his eyes burning with fire of the gods. This is high. The staff glinted under the evening sun. His voice cut through the air like a blade.
Keep quiet, woman. You speak without remorse. For this reason, the earth rejects your footprints, and the spirits will not hear your cries. You have traded destinies like cowries. Now it's time to pay the price.
He pointed his effort towards mother and daughter.
From this day forth, let it be known, you, Mama Adaure, daughter of darkness, and Adaure, vessel of stolen glory, are banished from this kingdom. Let no fire warm you, let no roof shelter you. The gods have spoken. Finish to Ugwunta, the evil forest, where cursed spirits roam, and the dead do not rest. May the gods you defy judge you. May you wander lost and forgotten in the shadows once cast upon others. May the spirits you feed feast on your bones. You shall never return, not in flesh, not in spirit.
The judgment struck like thunder. Drums of condemnation beat through the village. Adaure and her mother were stripped of their wrappers and covered in ash. They were dragged through the village as women spat, children wept, and elders turned their backs. At the edge of Ugwunta, the wind howled like the wails of the damned. They were thrown in barefoot, trembling without mercy. That night, their screams echoed the hills. Carried by the wind, no one dared to follow. They were never seen again.